The new Grow a Garden Friendship update is finally here, and it's not the update I really expected it to be. Not to unintentionally make a bee pun, but these are definitely part of this update, but there's a lot of other extra stuff in here that I was just not expecting at all. Now I have 2 exclaimers right off the bat before we get into this video. 1, this is not going to be a full showcase. A lot of this update you're going to see is about grinding. And I've already had some crazy things happen in my garden, so I'm not going to be able to show you everything, but I'm going to be able to show you a lot of things, and I'm going to point you in the right direction on how to even complete the biggest parts of this update. The second exclaimer is that I'm on the testing server, so some things you're going to see here will be different than in the main servers when it actually rolls out. I am doing this about a day early, so things get changed a lot before the official release. But I still really hope you enjoy, and if you do, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you aren't already. I put a lot of effort into these videos, and I have a lot of fun with them, but I try to make them as informative and accurate as possible. So when you like the video and subscribe, it shows me that you appreciate my effort. But otherwise, we're gonna get straight into this. First things first, I'm actually gonna show you how to join the testing servers. This is something I get asked on majority of my TikToks and my YouTube videos, and so I thought I would just include this bit here right at the beginning on what to look for to be able to join the testing servers. The most important thing here is actually to make sure you're part of the official Discord server. If you aren't, it's pretty simple. You're just gonna go here to the Grow a Garden page on Roblox, and you're gonna scroll down until you see something like this, social links. Now right here you can see the little Discord symbol and it says join our community. This is a link to the official Discord server where you can get all sorts of leaks, announcements, you can chat with other Grow a Garden players. I mostly use it for the leaks, but part of that too is getting invites to the testing server. So make sure you've clicked this. It's gonna look a little different on mobile, but it's still really easy to find, I promise. Once you have joined the official server, it should look something like this for you. This is just the rules section. You just scroll through here and you can see all the different channels that you can talk in and see other posts in. But the leaks channel is what you're going to want to keep an eye out for if you're looking to join the testing server. Now again, another exclaimer, it has been a little bit since I've actually seen an invite on here. It is really, really high in demand. But what you're looking for is a Discord server invite link. There's a separate Discord server just for the testers, and that's what this will link to. And you have to be in that Discord server in order to join the testing server. So keep an eye on this channel, maybe turn notifications on. It should be pretty obvious that it's a link right off the bat. Obviously, only the developers, the admin can post in this channel, so you don't have to worry about being fishy or being a scam link. But if you see that link, make sure you click on it immediately. I really hope that helps you out. Again, it's really, really hard to get in, but maybe that makes a little more sense on what you actually need to look out for. If you have any other questions, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. I'll definitely get back to you. Okay, so here's what's next. We're gonna look at the mechanics of the new update, kind of show you what has been added in, what to look out for, and then I'm gonna give you a garden tour because you might have noticed there's some new stuff in my garden. You'll notice we still have the old busy bee stuff in here. We have the queen bee we can talk to. Everything is still the same in that sense. Lavender seeds, what is that? I actually don't know if I have any of this yet, so I'm gonna buy those, 3 honey pots each. I have no honey. I have no honey. So we have lavender now and nectar shade. What is that? There's also the pollen radar, which is 25 honey pots at the time. We did already see this in a leak, so we kind of have an idea of how it works, and we're definitely expecting it. But very cool to see you can just purchase it here in the shop. Okay, I can't even remember where I left off. I know it's been like a second for you guys, but it's been like 10-15 minutes for me because a dev, shout out Zombie Hours, by the way. Thank you, Zombie, you're a legend. A dev joined at the perfect time, right as I was like, oh no, I have 0 honey. He joined in, so let's just go ahead and buy a couple of the new items real quick. And I was actually in a little bit of a time crunch because you're gonna see, I said it's the same shop. We still have all the old stuff in here except for a couple new things. What has also changed that we've had teased since I think about Monday, Tuesday, is the stock now resets every 30 minutes, not every hour. So we have shorter restock times. It means you have to check a little bit more, but it means things like the egg, which are never in stock, I swear. These are gonna be a lot easier to find now. A lot of these things you're gonna have a better chance at getting. You're gonna be able to get more seed packs, things like that. So this is all relatively the same. I showed you the things that have been tweaked. This has not really changed a whole lot. This though is all new. And if you look at it for more than a second, you're gonna realize this kind of reminds you of something. and that might just be the angry plant goals that came out about a month or so ago. It was here for a couple weeks, I think. This is kind of a similar concept to how the angry plant goals worked. So we have our big bee bear, Bear Bee here, who has an item that it will give you if you give it the items for a recipe. So you're gonna have to churn in honey, and you're gonna have to churn in a specific fruit. This is gonna be part 2 of hoarding different crop sizes. My inventory is gonna fill up really fast. I know it. Looks like a lot of this is gonna need to be pollinated, so you're gonna be hoarding things of different mutations. But it means you're gonna want to have down strawberries, tomatoes, blueberries, carrots, all the kind of basic stuff as well as the advanced stuff. Just so you have a range of all different plants out ready to be pollinated and ready to be grown to submit to the bee bear. This is where you're gonna get some of the new items. There are some new seeds that you can only really get from the bee bear. There are also some new pets you can only get from the bee bear. I call it a bee bear. I think it's Bear Bee. So you're gonna be wanting to have those fruits down, and if you get them, you submit them right here. You submit the amount of honey, so you're also gonna be wanting to have pollinated stuff you can submit here to start stocking up on honey as well. I would show you more of how this works, but I think I'm gonna give you a little story time and show you my garden and some of the new items that are out with this update. If you've seen any of my previous videos, this is not how my garden looked. But quick story time, there's been some issues with memory and storage and info in the past on Grow a Garden servers. There was a lot of times where people were losing things in their garden, plants, crops, inventory items. Data was going missing. Sounds like there's been some issues with that recently on the testing server. So I logged in yesterday, 2 days early to the update. I logged in and had literally nothing. All of it was gone. All of it was gone, and I had to check out the update. Obviously, I want to show you guys some stuff, and I wanted to check it out for myself ahead of time. Absolutely nothing. Again, shout out to the devs, shout out to the admin. I messaged Climax, who you might have seen in one of my earlier videos, and he came in and I don't know what command he run /plant all plants. I'm telling you, I think there's at least one of every single plant, maybe not the Venus flytrap. It is insane, including the new stuff. Including stuff I didn't even know existed as part of this update. I'm gonna show you it, but I actually totally forgot to show you one of the new gear things. We had some teasers. We had the garden likes, which I'll also show you in a second. But look at this, the friendship pot. What is this? A flower pot to share with a friend. It only costs $1 freaking right now. It's not gonna be the case, I don't think, unless they really want to encourage friendship. We now have friendship pots, and I'm not entirely sure how it works just yet. You must link/share this friendship pot before placing it. So maybe you have to have it, and you talk to someone, you get them to share the pot with you. And then you have your friendship pot ready and you can grow a plant together. Honestly, that sounds so cute, and I love how they're trying to encourage the social side of things here. I do say that as someone who plays almost only private servers because I have so many disco fruits I don't want picked and stolen. But I really like it no matter what. I think it's really sweet. The friendship pots were teased, but so were garden likes. As you can see on my little garden sign, I have 7 whole likes. So now whenever you go to someone's garden, you can press the little like button. Who should I go over to? Let's go over to Zombie. You can go over to someone's garden and oh, there it is. There's the button. Hold down E. Bada bing, bada boom. And it gives them a little pop-up too, by the way. I don't think I was recording when I got some of my likes earlier, but it gives you a little pop-up on the screen too, which is really sweet. And it gives an incentive to decorate your garden and make it look all pretty, which I do really like. I do also have one of the new pets to show you. I still have a lot to show. My gift. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, and whatever that thing is, that a wasp? Look at that. See? What is that thing? Oh goodness. Let's go ahead and look at the wasp. Blue wasp. Tarantula hawk. Oh my god. It is a legendary rarity. Every 30 minutes, it flies to a nearby fruit and pollinates it, applying the pollinated mutation. Every 5, almost 6 minutes, it stings a random pet and advances its ability cooldown by 73 seconds. It stings it? So it doesn't completely reset the cooldown, it just skips it ahead by about 70 seconds. I did hear from Zombie that some of these traits might actually change over this next day or so. So by the time the update comes out, some of these guys might be a little bit different. That is crazy. Look at this guy. I'm kind of scared just looking at it. And then we have the delicate, beautiful, dainty butterfly. It is very, very cute. Look at its little face. Oh my gosh. Very cute, very cute. Let's place it down and let's go ahead and see. We have the butterfly, which is a mythical rarity, and it has every about 30 minutes, almost 28 minutes. It flies to a nearby fruit with 4+ mutations, removes all mutations from it, and turns it rainbow. But it ignores favorited fruit. What? I am curious what your thoughts are on this ability, because I feel like there's some people that would not like that very much. I mean, it's pretty easy to get at least 2 mutations. Rain happens pretty often. Pollinated happens pretty often by now. Rainbow is a great mutation, so that seems really nice. Honestly, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, because the only way you can currently get it is getting lucky with sprinklers as a crop grows. So I appreciate that they're giving some different options for already grown crops to acquire the mutation. And the butterfly is so cute. Look at it fly around. Oh my goodness. And I do have my firefly out, by the way. That was one of the only things I actually asked for to get back after my data got wiped. Because this was given to me accidentally by Climax about a month ago here on the test server. I don't know if this is part of the new update or not. I haven't seen anything about Firefly being part of the new update. Again, correct me if I am wrong. I would love the Firefly in the main game. But just for clarification for everyone, as of right now, it is not part of the main game. We're getting some new bugs, but I don't think it's part of this update. So that's what I know as far as pets go. I like that a lot of these guys are still having the pollinated ability. Oh. What is that? What is that? What is that? I was gonna show my garden. What is that? Oh my God. What is this? Beanado? Huh? What is this thing? I gotta make sure I can actually show you guys this, cause oh my gosh, it's tornado, but it's bees. Okay, it turns out this is actually something Mario Fly, one of the developers, teased about a week ago, and no one else had seen it, no one else had posted about it. There you go, might be getting added in as part of this update. That was crazy. That was crazy. You know what else I didn't notice? Zombie gave us some of the anti-bee eggs. This thing is scary. Oh my gosh. What the heck? How long do they take to hatch? 5 hours. So this is the new egg you're gonna be looking for, and it's probably where you get that, what was it, tarantula hawk? Maybe the butterfly is in that as well. What is this guy? Oh, and this one, the moth. Every 9 minutes sinks the hungriest pet and restores its hunger to 100%. This one I bet is gonna get tweaked, but legendary rarity, that's crazy. So we've got a couple new pets and a new egg. Definitely look out for this. Okay, I'm officially gonna give you a garden tour right now, and we are gonna focus on all the new plants that are part of this update. I hopefully have majority of them in here, but I got a list of all the new ones from Zombie, so I can make sure I'm showing you the right ones. The new plants we have are the lavender, nectar shade, manuka flower, dandelion, lumira, the honeysuckle, and the ember lily. So we got a couple of the new ones earlier on. Ignore that guy speaking over there. I don't think he's part of this. What? Bee storm? Okay. Chance of honey glaze. Was that lightning? Okay, so there's another new weather event, a bee storm. Oh no, it's resetting the servers. I'm never gonna get this done, oh my gosh. Let's go around my garden, which now looks a little different. And let's look at stuff. The Lumira is right here. I actually just picked this, but it is pretty crazy. This might be one of my new favorite parts of this update. Oh my gosh, it's huge. This is a larger fruit. Okay, someone had master sprinklers down in my garden. Shout outs, Bun was there. Thank you, Bun, another content creator. There were master sprinklers down, so this is not the usual size of the Lumira, but look at this thing. It glows. Can you tell it's glowing? Look at it. You can see the light reflecting on the trees and the plants. It is so cool. Let's just check. This one sells for, again, this is a big one, 1 million. For one, with no mutations. But this is what the plant looks like. It's kind of a viney, kind of large plant. Kind of reminds me of a lamp, since it glows, you know, I'm biased. But very cool. That is the Lumira. Probably gonna be in those exclusive plant packs or from the Bear Bee. Over there now. I'm at a whole different part of the map. I think I have one of the nectar shades around here. Oh, I do. Here's what the nectar shade looks like. It's kind of like a little mushroom, a little toadstool, but it's dripping like nectar, honey. Can I? Ooh. Hey, there's free cam, by the way. It's just on the testing server, so I wasn't trying to show it off, but it might be in the public server soon, so keep an eye out for that. Oh, it's sensitive. But look at how cool it is. It's just like a little mushroom. I don't know if this is a smaller one than usual, but they're very cute. I have a couple more seeds. Let's see. Oh yeah, they're tiny. Just kind of little ornamentals down there. But let's go ahead and pick one. How much is this average sized nectar shade? Let's find out. 50,000. That's actually a lot more than I expected for that little guy. Okay, very cool. I do also have some honeysuckle. Let's see if I can find that. You might notice some things, by the way, that are not part of the update in here. Couple times. I do also have some of the older exclusive fruits like the durians and the cursed fruits. This is one of the new items though. And this, I actually totally forgot to show you. This is in the main shop. This is the Ember Lily. And this is another prismatic rarity. Oh my gosh, look at how big this thing is. I don't think they're usually this big. Again, Master Sprinklers help. Let's pick it. Boop. You can see, I think this is part of it. These big leaves, big base. It's a really, really cool flower though. And I'm glad that it's part of the main shop. So you have a chance at getting this even after this event is over. How much is this worth? This one is 800,000. Here it is. You can see the little flower down there. And look at the little seed is so cool too. And again, prismatic rarity. Let's see if I can find the honeysuckle. Where'd the honeysuckle go? Oh. There's honeysuckle in here. Oh, it's this one. And this is the honeysuckle, which looks so... What is it? Oh. But look, the middle of this flower does glow, which is very cool. I don't know if it puts off light like the Lumira does, but it sure does look cool. It almost looks shocked. How much does this sell for? This is a pretty big one as well. At $950,000. Very cool. Now, my dandelions look a little weird, but this has been teased since the original Busy Bees update, and I was so sad it didn't get added initially. It is finally gonna be here for the friendship update. It is the dandelion. Now, the one downside to this, unfortunately, is it is a single-use crop. It's a single harvest. So if you want it, let's see if I can I even pick this thing up right now? Wow. And as you can see, I pulled up the whole thing. There's no more stem anymore. But how cool is that? This one is pollinated and wet. So obviously it's not going to be this yellow generally. It'll look very, very similar to how it looked in Jandal's initial leak for the Busy Bees update. But let's go ahead and see, how much is this one worth? This is a pretty decent sized dandelion. 316,000. So all of these values I'm giving you, one, could very, very easily change. They might be adjusted before the update comes out, but two, are a good kind of estimate for a range for each of these crops. So I like to show them to you anyways. Very cool. This one might be my favorite. So now all we're missing is the manuka flower and the lavender. So let's go ahead and plant each of those. Lavender only takes like 6 minutes. Oh, what? Wow, okay, that grew really fast. Wait, it's so pretty. I think this is a single harvest too, just on the look of it. But it is so pretty. Oh, I'm gonna need so many of these. We also have the lavender right here, which is very, very cute. This will also be a great decorational flower. This will be really good for like lining paths and things like that. Oh my goodness, I love it. Okay, let's collect one of each and see how much they sell for. Let's start with the lavender. 26,000, definitely on the cheaper side, but it makes sense since it's one you can access in the shop more regularly. You don't have to work through the goals for it. And then finally, we have the manuka flower. 22,000. Sounds like that is all the new plants in this though. There are some I have in my garden that I don't think are part of this update but might be coming up soon. So if you saw anything lurking around there, keep that in your mind. It might be coming up here very, very soon. That is a giant Lumira back there. What the heck? What is that thing? Is this a friendship plant? Excuse me, sorry. Look it, a friendship plant. Wow, this is huge. That's super cool. I wonder how that works. I'm gonna have to test it out when one of my friends is online. Chad. Anyways, I think that is gonna be about it for this video. If you want a more in-depth garden tour or want to see one of the new pets or plants a little bit more closely, feel free to let me know in the comments and maybe I can make a short for it showing it a little bit more closely. Oh, whoa, look at how it grows in like that. Weird. And I hope this video helped you out, even with just getting into the testing server, maybe with what to expect for this update. And again, if you did enjoy it in any way, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It does help me out a lot. Seriously, anything counts. Even just you being here and saying hi is much appreciated. So thank you so much for being here. Take care, and I hope to see you again soon. And enjoy the update. Bye-bye!